special forces were captured soon after they landed in eastern Libya. Algeria's president is coming under more pressure, this time from some 10,000 police officers. They've marched to the parliament demanding better pay and directing their anger at President AlJazeera Bouteflika. A tenth of the entire auxiliary police force took part. South Sudan's been hit by a spate of killings, with more than 50 dead in 2 days. Southern soldiers are fighting two separate rebel groups in Jonglei and Upper Nile State. All sides have suffered casualties, and it's unclear how many civilians have died in the crossfire. Such violence continues to plague the south, which officially becomes a new country in July. Only 4 days ago, 33 people were killed in the disputed Abyei region. Egypt's caretaker prime minister says restoring security in the shortest possible time is a priority for his government. Essam Sharaf spoke to journalists hours after a new-look cabinet was sworn in. Meanwhile, Egypt's prosecutor has ordered the detention of 47 police officers for burning documents at several state security headquarters. In the capital, Cairo, thousands of Coptic Christians have carried out protests. They're calling for an end to discrimination they say they face as a minority group. The protesters blocked the 6th of October bridge and chanted anti-discrimination slogans on Monday. Shia Muslims have been pushing for more rights in Bahrain in protests directed at the Sunni royal family. And in their latest demonstration, around 200 Shia protesters rallied outside the U.S. embassy, calling for Washington to stop backing the monarchy. Those are the headlines. Libya, state of terror, is next.
This, with that his address of Tuesday night, enraged even those who know him well. This is the town of Misrata in western Libya, which has reportedly fallen to the opposition. If these new pictures are accurate, then they would seem to bear that out, and the country remains split. Not beyond dispute is the chaos on the streets, and the danger which protesters often run headlong into.
He's using mercenaries, not because he wants to use them, because he cannot use the army. He cannot use the armed forces.
On the 22nd of February 2011, a frantic President Muammar Gaddafi declares war on his countrymen.
عندي بندقيتي انا حنقاتل لاخر قطر من دمي ومعي الشعب الليبي وسنزحف انا والملايين لتطهير ليبيا شبر شبر بيت بيت زنقه زنقه فرد فرد نحن لن نستخدم القوه بعد.
Thousands of citizens have risen up in protest against him. He vows to cleanse Libya of the uprising, house by house. A frightening insight into his state of mind, that of a man ready to cling to power by any means.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar, ya Hawanin!
While the people were marching to the cemetery, burying 30 martyrs, they were hit with live ammunition and 4 demonstrators were killed.
It began in Benghazi with the police shooting of 2 men at a rally demanding the release of a human rights lawyer.
The people who fired these shots are the security of the government. There are some Africans brought to the eastern region to kill our people. There is a big massacre.
As the men are buried, police open fire. Outrage spreads across Libya. Inspired by the success of the People's Revolution in Egypt just days before, activists call for a day of rage. On the 17th of February, furious crowds confront security forces in several cities. The state response is extremely violent, but the chant, "Down with the regime," only gets louder.
The demonstration started peaceful. They have lost control of the center of Benghazi. They are calling for the fall of Gaddafi's regime.
no security forces at all. There is no police, there is nothing. It's only the people and civilian, and they are very, very young. They are 18, 17, 20. Those are the youth, our youth. They are the youth of the revolution. They are the people who have no hope, no dreams. They are my students. They wanted freedom. They wanted rights. They wanted human dignity and human worth without weapons, with only rocks in their hands. And we just got firing on them with heavy weaponry. It was a massacre. It was a crime against humanity.
Hails of gunfire, shelling, snipers, and even mercenaries, all reportedly inflicted on civilians, and Gaddafi's claim of restraint promises worse to come. In cities across Europe and the United States, Libyan dissidents have been leading a show of solidarity.
Excuse me, please.
For the watching world, the regime's violence is almost unbelievable. But Libyan dissidents have been living in terror for a generation.
سلمى حبيب جماعة مزدفوني على
الو خير سالم شنو حالك؟
London dissident Naji has become a contact point for people anxious for news of their relatives. In the 1970s and 80s, thousands of young men like him fled into exile from Gaddafi's rule.
Gaddafi is a killer! Gaddafi is a murderer!
Before there used to be, we are very lucky if we can get 60 people together. Now, from what I saw yesterday, we're talking about nearly 5,000 people yesterday outside Downing Street. You'll find them from all walks of life. There's students, there's intellectuals, there's doctors, there's normal people like myself. I think the turning point was what they saw in Tunisia and Egypt, and then they saw how easy it is, and all these dictators and regimes that they were fearful of, they found out that they are actually made out of paper, and they just collapsed in a few days.
Even in London, being at the protest means breaking a barrier of fear and silence decades old.
I left Libya in 1978. After April 1975-76, there were demonstrations, peaceful demonstration by the student in the university. And then they have arrested hundreds of people. They have shot people on the street. 2 of my friends has been killed in front of me. 3 of my friends has been hanged. And I am waiting to go back to Libya and to share the victory with my own people.
I just spoke to Libya this morning, and they said about 1 million people from Benghazi, from the west, gone all the way to liberate Tripoli. We're gonna die anyway, so might as well do it for freedom of our country and our people.
Obama, listen to all these brave men. What we're actually hoping from this protest to achieve is to make the Western world see the atrocity that's happening in Libya. The reason we're protesting today here is we're hoping that the United States, because of its clout and its stance in the world, that they might tip the balance towards the Libyan